Greetings, YouTube. This is Rhett with Rolling Forward. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about spinal cord injury. That's my disability, and it's the one I know the most about, of course. And I just want to give a little bit of information to people who, again, have little or no experience, to perhaps newly disabled people who are still learning about how to live their life in this new situation. And so, what is spinal cord injury? Often referred to as SCI, and you'll see those initials frequently if you look at any literature regarding spinal cord injury and disability. So the spine is a stack of vertebrae bones, individual bones, and the total number of vertebrae run from the base of your skull, down your neck, down your back, down your lower back, and to the just above your butt, and connect at the bottom to your pelvis. And starting at the top, your skull rests upon the first cervical vertebrae, the first 7 vertebrae from your skull, going down your neck until it reaches a vertebrae to which ribs are connected. The vertebrae that have ribs connected to them are called the thoracic vertebrae. Go down for the most part, your back, and below that section of the spinal column is the lumbar vertebrae, and finally the sacral vertebrae down right at the top of your butt and connecting to your pelvis ultimately. In the middle, more or less, of those bones, the vertebrae, runs the nerves. That's called the spinal cord. And it's a bundle, pretty big bundle, maybe as big around as your little finger. A bundle of nerves that run from your brain, excuse me, down your spinal cord, down your spinal column, and they branch out along the way. So from each vertebrae, nerve branches split off and go to your entire body, all areas of your body, and those nerves carry impulses from your brain to your muscles for movement, and they also carry nerve pathways which bring sensation upstream to your brain. So if someone touches you on the shoulder, you can feel it. And if you want to move your leg, you're so good at it, you think, okay, move left leg, and your brain sends signals, and you can voluntarily move your leg. Well, I was in a car accident. My cervical vertebrae, several of them were fractured, and one of them cut those nerves at the level of the 4th cervical vertebrae. That's a pretty high level injury. However, I can still breathe. If I were a C3 level, it would also paralyze my diaphragm, and I couldn't breathe unassisted. So I'm fortunate in being a C4 as opposed to a C3. And likewise, if an injury occurs lower down the spinal column, say at thoracic 3, in the middle of your back, your arms and hands would work just fine, but your body, from about the level of your middle of your chest, say, below that level, would be paralyzed, while above that level would be paralyzed. And so there's a lot of variation in the degree to which your body is affected. And so what can I move and feel? Well, I can turn my head, shrug my shoulders, and I do actually have very, very weak biceps, which are so weak They really can't do much to help me, but I can make those muscles twitch to show that they do have some innervation. And now I'm going to keep this at a somewhat superficial level, and I'm also trying to keep these individual videos relatively on the short side, so you can easily watch one without spending a lot of time, and I hope you watch more. And so, as I said, I can shrug my shoulders, twitch my biceps. What about if someone touches me? Well, if they touch my face or my neck, it's unaffected, so it's just regular, normal. And if you were to touch my knee, I would not know it. You could just touch my knee, and I would be unaware of that, because the nerves that send that signal upstream to my brain cannot get past the lesion, the injury, at C4. And that's kind of how it works, briefly. I hope you guys will send some comments in. Let me know what you want to talk about, or what you want to hear about, what you want me to talk about, what questions you might have, what comments you might have. And I look forward to receiving that to help me shape this to your benefit. And so I think that'll wrap this episode up. Please subscribe. Please click like. Ciao.